I almost quit coding. I thought I wasn't smart enough. I thought coding was only for geniuses. Every single bug, every red error message, it made me feel like a total failure, but one moment changed everything. And because of that one moment, I'm still here. I'm earning a living, I'm constantly growing, and I'm not giving up. If you're struggling right now, if you feel like you're about to quit, this message is for you. Let me tell you what learning to code really feels like at the beginning, the part they do and show you in the fancy day in the life of a software engineer videos. It's a cycle. You type some code, you run it, and bammy error. You spend an hour trying to fix that error, and as soon as you do, a brand new error pops up. You think, okay, I'll watch a tutorial. You follow along, line by line, you do exactly what they do. And yours still doesn't work. It's incredibly frustrating. Meanwhile, you're scrolling through social media, and you see all these other people posting their successes. They're landing jobs, building amazing projects, getting certificates. And you can't help but think, why is it so easy for them? What am I doing wrong? But here's the truth, the one big secret no one told me when I started. Everyone sucks at the beginning. Every single person, even the senior developers you see with years of experience, I promise you, they are searching for answers on Google all day long. Coding isn't about being born a genius, it's about being stubborn. It's about being stubborn enough to keep trying, even when every fiber of your being wants to throw your computer out the window. I remember one night so clearly, I had been staring at my screen for hours. Nothing was working. It was just a wall of red error messages, one after another. I was exhausted, mentally drained, and completely defeated. I finally just closed my laptop and said out loud, to an empty room, I'm done. Coding isn't for me. I just can't do this. I was ready to give up on the whole dream, but before I completely quit, I decided to take one last break. I just needed to step away. And on that break, something clicked. I wasn't thinking about code anymore. I was just letting my mind wander. And I started thinking about all the successful coders I admired, the people whose journeys inspired me to start in the first place. And I realized something profound. Every single one of them once sat exactly where I was sitting at that moment. They were confused, they were tired, they were absolutely full of self-doubt. They didn't succeed because they were magically smarter or because it came naturally to them. They succeeded because they didn't quit on that hard night, they kept going. So, I walked back to my desk, and I opened my laptop again. I looked at the code with fresh eyes. I decided to tackle just one bug, the smallest one. And after a little more struggle, I fixed it. And then, I moved on to the next one. And that feeling, that tiny victory, it was like a rush. It reminded me why I started this whole journey. It wasn't about being perfect, it was about the thrill of solving a puzzle, of building something from nothing. That night marked a huge shift in my mindset. I made a conscious decision to stop comparing my Chapter 1 to someone else's Chapter 20. I stopped expecting to learn everything in a week or a month. Instead, I started celebrating my progress, no matter how small. A bug fixed, that's a win. Understood a new concept, a huge win. I just kept telling myself, I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be a little bit better than I was yesterday. That became my mantra. It took all the pressure off and allowed me to actually enjoy the process again. So how did I actually start improving? It wasn't magic. I focused on 3 practical things that completely changed my coding journey. First, I started building small projects. I stopped just passively watching tutorials or reading about theory. I had to get my hands dirty. Building a tiny calculator or a simple to-do list taught me more than 10 hours of lectures. Second, I learned to break down huge, scary problems into tiny, manageable steps. Instead of thinking I have to build this whole website, I thought, okay, first, I just need to make a button, one line of code at a time. And third, I learned to ask for help, shamelessly. I used Google for everything. I read through Stack Overflow questions. I watched countless YouTube videos. I joined Discord communities. There is no prize for struggling in silence. Success came slowly, and then it felt like it happened all at once. And before I knew it, I went from struggling every single day to building real, complex projects, and then, the most incredible thing happened. I started earning money with code. The same keyboard that had made me cry out of frustration was now paying my bills. It was surreal, and I want to be clear. If I can do this, starting from a place of total confusion and self-doubt, then I truly believe that you can too. I know you might be feeling lost right now. You probably feel like you're falling behind everyone else. And you might honestly, truly feel like quitting. But listen to me. You are so much closer than you think. You have to reframe how you see the struggle. Every error isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign of progress. It means you're trying. Every bug isn't a roadblock. It's a lesson in disguise. Every hard day, every late night, it's all shaping you into the developer you're meant to be. One day, I promise you, you will look back at this exact moment and say, I am so glad I didn't quit. So please, keep going. Take a break if you need to. Cry if you need to. But don't close that laptop forever. Your future self is cheering for you right now, hoping you'll keep pushing. And I am too. Thanks for watching.